Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh! Crash, boom, crash. No, no, no. I'm not dead. I'm not dead. Back from the living. From a secret, undisclosed location, hidden somewhere deep in the bowels of historic downtown St. John's, Newfoundland, comes In the Library of Graphic Literature with your host, me. Excuse me, Wallace Ryan. Pardon that little burp there. Of course, we're quite a few days late here. Hopefully that Thursday Comics podcast kept you entertained in the meantime. And check it out and subscribe to the Thursday Comics channel too. We got 2 episodes in so far and we're feeling pretty good, so see how we go from there. That of course is the podcast I do with Dennis Osborne, my Omni buddy. Okay, and yes, December 4th of course also, don't forget the Nobody is in Control number 3 is coming out. Lettered by yours truly, and check that out. Can't think of any other really huge news. I tend to leave a lot of news for the Thursday Comics thing. You'll notice too that I'm a lot more vivacious in my opinions there. That's because, of course, I'm looking at comics from a critical eye. Where at this show, basically, I dump that by just featuring the best. So anything that I show here is actually a book I would buy and a book I think is good. Why bother talking about, books that don't measure up? And it's more fun. That's the same with the Facebook group itself. We talk about just comics that we love. We don't talk about comics or books that we hate, because there's enough of that going on the internet and on Facebook these days. So we tend to have a lot more of a positive feel on the group, I think, because people are talking about the comics they love. And that's what I'm going to continue to do here. But if you want to see me, tell you what comics aren't so great, check out Thursday Comics. This is good Wallace here. That's critical Wallace on that show. See, I'm very nice. Anyway, let's get into the comics here. We start off with 2 great entries from Image. One is a book called Little Bird from Darcy Van Poelgeest, Ian Bertram, and Matt Hollingsworth. Jeez, I really mangled that name tonight. Poelgeest, who knows? Anyway, this came out just a while ago from Image, and my buddy Dave Coffin, one of our esteemed customers and comic fan, had read it and he raved about it, told me I had to get it, and that's what I like with talking to people at your local comic book shop and all that. You get, it's, to me, it's just as interesting to see what comics other people buy besides what I buy, and that's where I get, I think, some of my best recommendations is just talking to people there. Even when I'm filling in for them, I'll have a chat, and when people are buying comics, I'll say, why do you buy this one? Why do you buy that one? Not being nosy, but just wanting to know. But already I do like the look of this. It's sort of a very European style look to it. Great artwork. Look at that. Very nice. So yeah, this is looking good. I think I'm gonna. It's almost a Mobius type of look to the whole thing. Of course, I'm a huge fan of it, but yeah, it looks very interesting. So that's definitely into the reading stack. And thanks, Dave, for the recommendation. Some good Earl Grey tea there. Now let's move on. Another Image book here. Now let's try to cut this without cutting And of course, this is Kill or Be Killed, dun, 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 from Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, two of my favorite modern artists and comic artists and writers. I don't have them here, they're probably over on another shelf there too. I have everything you can get in hardcover from Brubaker and Phillips. No, what does it say, this one? Well, let's see what this says about itself. Dylan is just an average depressed grad student, but when a failed suicide attempt changes everything he's ever known, he's propelled, against his will, into a life of vigilante justice. Pretty cool. So, now this one I haven't read. I haven't read anything from this, so this is going to be a real joy to zip through, and I'm going to see if I can read this the weekend. But, like I say, everything that I've read from these folks is top notch, and so anything like that, people like that, I'll just buy without even thinking about it, right? Great pacing, amazing stories, love the artwork, nice simplistic Tothian style artwork. Love the blacks, the spotting, the inking. This is inking. But yeah, so definitely going to be, this is something that I'm going to be reading this weekend. Dun, dun, dun. So two big winners there from Image. Way to go, guys. Anyway, let's move along here after I have a sip of tea. Okay, this is as the world moves on, 4 young Tunisians must cope with the reality of an uncertain future in this original graphic novel. 2 years after the Jasmine Revolution, Tunisia is unstable and facing economic hardship. And Saif, Aziz, Maria, and Chema are among those who feel abandoned by the developing turmoil surrounding the government. Now, doesn't that sound exciting? After the spring, a story of Tunisian youth. So, anything political. I've been buying a lot more graphic novels these days because I'm sort of running out of superhero stuff to buy. But this one I like the look of. The artwork kind of reminds me. I like that there too. It expresses. It might not be Barry Windsor Smith, but it's graphic storytelling. That's what it's all about. The story. I mean, if you can have great art along with great story, even better. But I'm one of those people who believes that as long as the story is good, you've got a winner. I know that 15-year-old me will be really ticked off at even hearing me say that. Okay. Whew. One more cup of tea. One more sip of tea here. I've tidied up the library here, by the way. I don't know if you can notice, but yeah, I've moved a lot of stuff out, and it's good to sort of being able to move around again for the first time in a long time. Anyway, let's move along here. Just tooting along. It's not a bad day out, actually. Up here off on the far eastern shores of Newfoundland, the far eastern reaches of the North America. It's it's a little bit above zero. It's a little bit windy out. Looking out now, I can sort of see rain clouds. A lot of rain clouds that way. But it was a little bit of sun as I was walking up the hill to home here, and looking at historic downtown St. John's. It's beautiful when you can live in a beautiful neighborhood. And if you who've never been to St. John's, Newfoundland, man, just Google it on the map, especially downtown St. John's. Very colorful, very nice place to be. Hopefully they'll stop tearing down some of the old buildings and putting up some ugly, ugly new ones. Anyway, back from the fine folks at the Library of American Comics comes the Silver Age Superman, 1963 to 1966. Seems like decades ago. Because it was. But I was alive for these. No, I can't remember Superman in the. It's a lot of Wayne boring artwork and all that. Myself, I can remember more the. I can barely remember Superman. I can more remember the Batman uh, comic that used to run in the Weekend Comics. Of course, Weekend Comics, newspaper comics, something that's gone the way of the dodo, unfortunately. But it's kind of cool getting some comics in your newspaper every week. But yeah, there's something quaint about Wayne Bourne. He did this sort of barrel-chested type of Superman, but it's sort of has its charms, I guess. But some of the later ones, it's almost a hint of Kurt Swan parts of. I wonder if he did any work on this. But anyway, yeah. From 63 to 66, and I love these books, by the way. Actually, he's even drawn there like Boring would draw them, but beautiful covers on these. I gotta say, you folks there at IDW once again, the Library of American Comics, have once again knocked another one out of the ballpark. Excellente, oh excellente, boo 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 boo. Now, get down to the very last. Not a lot of books this week. But that's okay because the comics arrive on time. Hopefully they will this week. I'll have a second show for you this week. Feels kind of weird to go a few extra days without an episode, but I like being able to fill it in with the Thursday comics, right? Anyways, what are we moving on here to? Oh yeah, this is the Doom Patrol, the Bronze Age Omnibus. Boom boom. Now, this one collects, of course, the Bronze Age adventures of the Doom Patrol. The Doom Patrol had been dead for many years now at this point. They were killed off back in their own series, rather tragically, and DC decided it was time to bring them back. And I actually had this issue too here. Showcase presents number 94, the new Doom Patrol, which they introduced sort of a new, fancier looking Robot Man, and changed him slightly. Writer Paul Kuperberg, Joe Staton, and he does a lot of the work in this, along with Arvell Jones. There's a George Perez, a couple of George Perez stories, I guess, involving them. Keith Giffen from DC Comics Presents Negative Woman Goes Berserk. Daring New Adventures of Supergirl, Carmine Infantino. He does a couple of stories here. And let's see, Steve Lytle, John Byrne. It's a who's who here. Eric Larson even. Larson seems to do a fair amount. Byrne, Larson, DeBerg, Larson. Oh, a Kyle Baker thrown in there too. James Fry, Larson, Graham Nolan, another Keith Giffen. Graham Nolan, another Keith Giffen, and a Rick Stuzzy, and George Perez. So yeah, not bad, but yeah, it wasn't as quite as vital as the original Doom Patrol. I still like the original Doom Patrol and the later Doom Patrol, but this at least kept people busy and kept the concept of the Doom Patrol alive, and eventually they, like I say, they graduated it into a Vertigo series, and it really took off from then. And I mean, the Vertigo series, especially the Morrison stuff, absolutely amazing. And that's what the TV show is based more on, those Now that's a series that kicks you in the face. Worth getting. This one not too bad. There's some good stuff. There's some good art mixed in with this and all that. So it's especially for any fan or any completist of the Doom Patrol. It's kind of nice to have. I think it's a good one to throw into the pile. Nice embossed covers. Now once again, and this I'll complain about this in Thursday Comics, is the changing of the spines and all that. I mean, look, come on, DC. We're just after getting a really nice set of books, really nice spines on them, and you do this to us. I don't know what it is. They gotta do something, because it's not cool. And people like myself, who are the people who collect this stuff, hate it when it's done. We absolutely hate it. So take it from your audience. Stop doing that type of crap. Now this looks like a. Okay, maybe it was the second showcase. Okay, black and white version. Okay, some black and white pages in the back. I guess it's unpublished stuff, but yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, so once again, actually I just noticed that there's a bit of embossing on the back of the characters too. I don't know if you can see this there. Anyway, looks kind of cool. Oh yeah, presenting the last never published Doom Patrol issue by Brubaker and Rick Stazzi. Okay. Sweet. Anyways, another week, another pile of books going on the shelf, and of course being read first. Okay, that being said, a nice sip of the tea, and another howl, and I'll see all you fine folks out there in a few days. Remember, I love you all, and take care of yourselves. Oh, I didn't throw out any kisses on any of the books there. The Criminal. That's a 3-kisser. Okay. Anyways, call up the old boom tube there. And same time, same bad channel. Keep on reading, folks. I'm being sucked out of this universe. Oh no! Oh, I forgot to turn off the camera.